Did you guys see USA Today release their predictions for the 2024 season? And they had the Jets beating the Packers in the Super Bowl.
That's the dream I had.
Oh, really?
Remember a few weeks back when I said it on air? That was the dream I had. Jets beat the Packers.
You did have that dream.
Yeah, but it was like 84-10. The Jets scored 84 points in the Super Bowl, so that's not realistic.
So it started to stray, but maybe there's something to that.
No, it was the Jets played the Packers and they won 84-10. That was my dream. Then I texted our friend who's a Jets, Andrew, former host. I said, "This has to be the best team of all time, right?" And he goes, "Yeah, I mean, it's got to be."
The Jets aren't making the playoffs.
USA Today.
I doubt they will, but I had a dream.
USA Today had Green Bay at 13-4 and the Jets at 12-5. So Andrew, the friend we're talking about, used to be on the show here. We saw him this weekend, Ziggy, and Andrew said that this Jets team, he's like, we're predicted to go 12-5 here, but you just know something's going to fall apart because this team on paper is so talented. And it's true. When you go look at the Jets roster, if you just type in ESPN depth chart, I mean, top to bottom, it is just, we've said this a couple times, just a loaded roster. Huge if everything goes well. And you're just trying to find the way that it falls apart, probably along the offensive line. Now there's the Devontae Adams rumors, and probably not going to happen, but kind of fun for Jets fans to dream of. I mean, if you put Devontae on that, Breece Hall, Mike Williams, Garrett Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, now we're talking about just maybe the best offense in football. But we'll go to this Aaron Rodgers story here. So remember, he missed the mandatory minicamp a few months ago with the Jets, and that blew up. Everyone was just ripping Aaron. He finally went on Pardon My Take, a Barstool, and addressed that. And he said, they can arbitrarily put a tag on whatever week of OTAs they want and say, quote, "This is the minicamp week," which makes it somehow more mandatory than the other weeks. But it was an OTA schedule. That's how words can be a little deceiving from time to time. They can make a story out of the fact that I missed minicamp, but it was really 2 OTA days, but I came to the first 10. So, I saw Nick Wright saying, I really wasn't deceiving Aaron. The word mandatory is mandatory for a reason. It's pretty obvious what that means there, that those are the days they want you. Rodgers used those days to go vacation in Egypt. Apparently that's something he's always wanted to do. The one big bizarre. So look, we've talked about this a little bit before.
He's a bizarre dude.
I don't know. Why are you going to Egypt during the mandatory point? I don't know.
You can pick any other 2 days to do that if you're Aaron Rodgers.
I don't know if maybe whatever he was doing was specifically during those 2 days. I just don't know. We talked about this before, and I'm watching everyone rip Aaron on sports media shows today. But I'm kind of thinking to myself, like, this is who Rodgers is. We know this. He does stuff like this all the time. When you sign up for the Aaron Rodgers deal, you're going to get some actions like this. So do I think Aaron's a terrible leader? No. But do I think he's Tom Brady or Derek Jeter? No. Like, he's not perfect. He's just a guy. He's a human. He's a guy. Obviously you want him there, but sorry, this is the situation we're in here. If you're the Jets, the best thing you can do, just move on. And I think that's what the Jets are internally going to do, despite what the media says. Like, I don't give a shit. All right, didn't show up for 2 days. Like, he's here now. Let's go. They want to win the Super Bowl. Stop dwelling. In fact, if I'm Aaron, I'm just kind of shutting it down from here. I wouldn't even talk about it. But that's kind of how he is. He wants to put the stories out.
I mean, as long as he's there preseason, standing on the sidelines, watching,
you don't care.
and then NFL regular season week 1, he's the key. It doesn't matter to me. He's 39 years old. To me, let him do what he wants before the first snap of week 1. To be totally honest with you.
But that's exactly the worry about it.
Yeah,
right? The Jets are if excluding rookies, the Jets are the oldest team in the NFL. If you exclude rookies, the average player on the Jets is over 30 years old. The youngest teams in the NFL, for comparison, maybe the Jets are doing it the right way. The 5 youngest teams in the NFL are the Packers, Chargers, Chiefs, Rams, and Bengals. So the Jets are very much zigging when the rest of the league is zagging.
Well done.
To put it incorrectly. But it's just, when you're talking to your buddy Andrew, and it's what could go wrong with this team, that's the thing. So do I care about Aaron Rodgers missing a couple days of practice? Like he says, it's practice, right? It's not like there's young receivers that need his guidance. It's not like he missed all of last year and needs to build some chemistry with people. It's not like we saw over and over again in those last years in Green Bay that when he's not there for practices and not working as a leader, everything goes wrong. We didn't see anything like that. What we saw is when Aaron Rodgers doesn't show up, that's how you know he's committed. He's dialed in. He's ready to play. He wants to do his best to win. And you have nothing to worry about fielding the oldest team in the NFL.
Yeah,
excluding rookies.
Yeah, don't you also think when you're 40 coming off an ACL injury?
Achilles.
I mean, Achilles, which like arguably, I mean, it's worse. Yeah, it's worse. I mean, I would just want him to just chill until I have to play again. Legitimately have to play again.
I do think it's a bad look for Aaron to not show up to the mandatory thing, especially because in the New York market, all eyes are on you. You're Aaron Rodgers. You're in New York.
It's not really mandatory.
Well, no. Obviously it's not.
It's not. Yeah, it's not mandatory.
But for Aaron Rodgers,
Robert Saleh say, right? He said, mandatory means that everybody sits down and makes their own decision. Yeah, that's a leader of men right there.
No, so that's the thing. You have these discussions now where all of a sudden, everyone's talking about the Jets in a negative way, and that's why just showing up is, just show up. I get it, but also this is what we're saying. It is 2 days of practice. You showed up for the 10. You're just sitting back going, why do we need to deal with all of this? Like that. Obviously, in a perfect world, he shows up, but from here on out, if I'm the Jets, it's okay. If Aaron starts skipping training camp and stuff, yeah, that's not good. Like we don't want him going to Egypt right now. But from now on, if he shows up, and which I expect him to, I think he'll be fine. Brett Favre. Remember Brett Favre coming back from retirement? He hated training camp. Brett Favre showed up to the Vikings and just like ready to play. Just go.
For me, just show up week 1.
Winning cures all.
Like do your thing.
If they beat the 49ers week 1, no one will give a shit.
Did Phil Jackson didn't tell Dennis Rodman don't go to Vegas? He let him do his thing. He went to Vegas, came back.
But I
think you let them do their things.
I don't think he wanted Rodman in Vegas.
I think in successful
he didn't tell him not to.
Everyone follows the rules.
Yes.
And I know that the Bulls are a weird exception, and Dennis Rodman really was the only exception to everyone in the Bulls follows the rules. But you're not seeing players at the Packers get away with not following the rules. You're not seeing Patrick Mahomes decide he wants to go off to Egypt and miss some training camp.
No, that's right?
The thing. 49ers, after that loss last year, the way they interpret it was all hands on deck from day one.
Yeah, that's what Green Bay's doing too.
Organization does. And in the Jets, of course, they're not successful. They've got to do whatever they can to attract anyone who wants to go and play for that bum franchise.
But I think when Mahomes is 39 coming off an Achilles injury.
I think Mahomes
wants to win.
Yeah, I think Mahomes is wired like that Brady thing.
I think when he's 39 and coming off an Achilles injury, he would go to Egypt on vacation too.
No, Mahomes is showing up.
He's 26 years old. Rodgers is 13 years older than Patrick
You can
Mahomes.
even just tell though. The Mahomes has the different mindset.
I mean, Rodgers started his career he was incredible. He was there.
Oh, he was incredible. But I mean, Aaron's also pretty soon had the whole he's always having these stories. There's always stories like that's what I'm saying. This is part of the Aaron Rodgers experience.
No, it's been more as he's got older though.
As he's gotten older, yeah. But they've been here.
How many Super Bowls did Aaron Rodgers win after he got old?
Yeah, I mean, fair. I mean, how many Super Bowls did Aaron Rodgers win? Period. He had the one, but
Mahomes isn't old yet though.
I don't think Brady didn't change when he got older. Brady won 3 Super Bowls early. Did not change.
I also think he's different than Mahomes.
I think Peyton Manning did not change.
He's different than Mahomes still. He's better than Mahomes also.
Yeah. I don't know. I think Mahomes is built like them. But again, we'll see what happens with the Jets. So they're one of the teams. If you're ranking teams, I'm excited to see what happens to them this season. The Jets are probably up there in the top 3, if not number 1. I mean, it could be so good or so bad.
At all. Because we know what's going to happen. Did you see the Aaron Rodgers top 100 NFL video when it was announced he was 92?
No.
You can go online and watch the clips. It's a bunch of videos of him throwing passes to Donald Driver and Jordy Nelson. Because that's the last time Aaron Rodgers accomplished anything in the NFL. I'm sorry, but the thought that he's going to turn around the Jets as an organization when he can't decide whether he wants to play football or run for political office. Nah, this guy's done. It's over.
Even if he does get hurt,
get him off my team.
Even if he does get hurt, Tyrod Taylor is also good.
Oh, I think that's a very underrated signing.
No, I think Taylor might be better than Aaron Rodgers now.
Remember, Zach Wilson would get hurt, and then they were thrown out before Flacco's, unprecedented resurgence.
Yeah, I think Taylor's better than Aaron Rodgers.
No, Taylor's. Oh, okay. Well, I don't agree with that, but Tyrod Taylor I thought he was actually okay for the Giants.
He's a Vatek Hokie.
They lost a lot of close games before they went to DeVito.